Welcome everybody to this Essential Oils 101 class. Today we are going to talk about what essential oils are, how you can use them, and all the different benefits for your particular health goals. So this is an overarching introduction to the foundational knowledge that you need to start incorporating essential oils into your lifestyle. I really believe it is a lifestyle choice. There are essential oils in everything we're already using. They're in shampoo and conditioner, face wash, serum, body lotion, cleaning products, food. It's in everything. But the issue is that 85% of what is being used on the market is synthetic. Which can cause a lot of issues with the endocrine system, the neurological system. So what we're going to talk about today is a particular grade of oil that goes above and beyond anything we've ever seen on the market. So the goal is to be able to educate and empower you so you can start incorporating this level of essential oils into your everyday lifestyle. So thank you so much for joining. I am extremely passionate about this subject. It's something that I only learned about a few years ago. Even though I've been studying natural health for the last 15, almost 20 years. But really only in the last 3 years have I become educated about it. So I feel an urgency and a responsibility to make sure I get this education out to as many people as possible. So people at least know it's available and they can make the choice as to whether they want to start incorporating it into their lives. So I'm gonna flip to the next page. So if you want to follow along and have something to reference on your end, especially after this class is over, this is a class handout that you can download for free. So everything that I talk about may be hard to remember and you might not be able to get every single note jotted down as I'm chatting. So you can go to sharesuccess.com/class. And you can download this as a PDF or as an image on your computer. So you'll be able to, follow along with what I'm chatting about and then have a reference for after we're done. So that's sharesuccess.com/class. And Jen, maybe you could type that into the chat box for everyone so that they could click on it and download that class handout. Okay, who am I? So I know a lot of you on this call, a lot of you are new. My name is Amanda Brumell. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My company name is Real Urban Wellness. I'm a certified holistic health counselor and I studied at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I graduated in 2006, so I've been practicing with clients for the last almost 11 years. And like I mentioned, only 3 of those years have I really had the education on essential oils that I believe everyone deserves. And I'm actually, kind of surprised that I didn't get this education in my nutritional training because I do view essential oils as a food-based supplement. And it's something that can be very detoxifying for the system, amplifying for the mood, cleansing for the cells, and it really should be something that's used in complement to a healthy diet. I'm a doTERRA wellness advocate and a silver leader with the company. I am a lover of all things that come directly from the earth. I really believe that my journey to health has been something I've been able to achieve because of my exploration of natural solutions. In my early 20s, I was very ill and the traditional forms of healthcare did not work for me. I tried pretty much everything that was available. And so it forced me to go deeper and do a lot more deeper education into how I could get healthy because I was really feeling helpless. I was pretty desperate in terms of my physical and emotional health. So I feel like a totally different person these days. And I do credit that to my exploration of alternative modes of healthcare. And I am a lady with a serious case of wanderlust. I am in New York right now. I live in LA, but I'm in New York right now and on my way for a 2-month European healing journey. So I'm going to be in Paris first, then Budapest for a month, bathing in thermal waters for 3 hours every day, and then I will be in London. So if you want to follow my journey and learn more about what I'm doing, you can follow me on Instagram at Real Urban Wellness. That's at Real Urban Wellness on Instagram, and I'll be posting about all of my trials and tribulations and adventures. So I'd love to stay connected with you. Okay, so what is my intention? It is to serve you. This class is intended to leave you educated and empowered. So I am here to remind you that no one else is more of an expert about your mind and body than you. You were born whole. and you are wired for health on a cellular level. This is the natural state. So if anyone watching this webinar does not feel this way, my intention is to show you the natural path back to wholeness and wellness. So you'll learn how to safely and effectively use essential oils for your loved ones and for yourself, and how to get them into your home so you can start to experience their versatile benefits. Now, what we're talking about today, again, is specific to a very high grade of essential oils. There's only one brand that I trust, so the information that I'm sharing is specific to this brand. And so you're going to learn a little bit more about what makes it unique and why it is that I do trust this brand. And I am a pretty strict when it comes to the products that I use. For many years, I made everything at home. I made my own face wash, my own face serum, my own deodorant, my own cleaning products. I made everything because I didn't trust anything I would buy at the store. So it took me a while. It almost took me the better part of a year to really do my research about this company and understand a little bit more about why it was safe to take internally, because everything I read on the internet said, don't take essential oils internally. It's extremely dangerous. So what about these oils made it safe to do that? So we're going to talk a little bit more about that throughout the class. Now, hopefully you have a pen and paper handy. I would like you to take a moment to write down your top 3 health priorities. So if you're here because you're looking for better sleep, or maybe you're looking for less stress, or better digestion, or younger looking skin, or maybe there's a person in your home that you share a bed with who makes very loud chainsaw-like sounds in their sleep, and you would love to help support them to diminish those chainsaw-like sounds. So whatever it might be that you want to improve in your health, even if it's something, say you feel great already, imagine your life feeling 10 times better than you already feel. So what are some things you'd like to enhance? So I'm going to give you a minute to just a couple of seconds to write those down. Write down your top 3. And if you can't think of anything for yourself, maybe there's someone in your life, your mother, your sister, your brother, a boyfriend, husband, partner, who has something that they're currently working on that they'd like to improve. You can write that down for them. So cue Jeopardy music as we write down our top 3 health priorities. Okay, now as we go through the class, you're going to be able to write down the solutions that meet those health priorities. So you might hear about an oil or a combination of oils that will help you fall asleep and sleep more restfully. Or something that might help open up your respiratory system, because we're still, at least in New York, it's freezing here. LA is getting a little bit better, but New York's pretty freezing. So if you're dealing with seasonal things that you'd like to improve, there might be some respiratory or immune support oils that you might want to jot down. Okay, now this is doTERRA's Wellness Lifestyle Pyramid. Now, basically what this is showing you is that the core of any healthy lifestyle is eating right. You can't be eating Doritos and McDonald's and slap on some essential oils and expect to feel awesome. It will help, but it's not really going to get to the root cause of any issues if you're eating toxic foods, or you're not eating the right combinations of foods, because that's also really important. So eating right is the key. That is the foundation of everything else. So as you look at this pyramid, take a moment to think about where your strongest suit is. So do you feel like your diet is awesome, but maybe you're not moving your body so much? Or you are exercising and eating right, but you're having trouble resting, and your stress levels from your job are overwhelming you. Maybe there's a toxic load issue. You live in an area, I mean, anybody who lives in LA or New York is dealing with this toxic load because it's in the environment. It's in the air, it's in the water. Maybe the toxicity is someone in your life who's emotionally toxic. So just take a moment to rate yourself in each of these areas on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being that you need a lot of support. You really need a lot of support in this area. And 10 being like, I am the boss of eating right. I win at eating. So 10 would be the best, and you don't need as much support in that area. So you can take a minute to jot those things down also, because the beauty of essential oils is that there is an oil for everything. So anything you could possibly think of, there is an oil for, or maybe even a combination of oils. And there are some amazing resources that I can direct you to if you stay in touch with me after this webinar. There are a couple of books that I highly recommend getting your hands on because they will teach you everything you need to know about oils. I didn't go to school for oils. I didn't pay anyone to teach me about oils. I learned everything on my own through these resources. So it's pretty astounding how much there is out there for free or for very little. I mean, the cost of the book, it's like lifetime education. So I'm happy to share those resources with you after this class. Okay, so do you need natural solutions for healthy, empowered living? I would say for everyone, that's probably true. And maybe you're already using essential oils. Some of you on this webinar already have some oils in your home that you're incorporating. And so we can dive a little bit deeper on how to use those things. So essential oils have become pretty trendy, which is awesome. I love the fact that people are becoming more aware of it, and it's penetrating the consciousness of our culture. The issue is that there isn't the education to back up the use of oils. So people are buying their oils at Target or Marshall's or Best Buy, which is very disturbing because that's an electronics company. Why in the world would they be selling essential oils? So people are, learning on Pinterest. Ooh, I can put lemon oil in my water. And then they start drinking the oils they get from Best Buy, and it's extremely dangerous to do that. So you have to be very careful about how you're incorporating your oils. And again, we're going to go and give you some really solid education about how to do that. And so even though oils are trendy, they've been around for thousands of years. That throughout history, natural solutions have sustained health and wellness. And if your family used natural solutions in the past, that is a great start. I will say that in my household, it was not as prevalent. It was much more likely that if we had a tummy ache, we would drink some ginger ale or Coke. And not necessarily have access or the knowledge about some natural options. So Egyptians were using essential oils and plant extracts in 3500 BC. Hippocrates, the father of modern health, was using plants with his patients. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. And really, essential oils are coming from plants, flowers, pods, bark, stems. So it's coming from things that we would eat as food. Frankincense and myrrh was given to baby Jesus. Jean Belnay used oils on soldiers in 1943. And then in 2008, this is when doTERRA came around. So they've been around for almost 9 years this year. And they are changing the face of the industry. They are changing the way that we source oils, and they are changing the way that we test and manufacture oils and produce them. So they're doing it through something called co-impact sourcing. And they create partnerships with growers all over the world to protect agricultural traditions and provide the most potent essential oils today. So doTERRA actually empowers now over 4 million homes, and there's a lot of research to continue supporting the use of essential oils for wellness. So sometimes people will, I'll tell them about essential oils and they're like, show me the science. Awesome. I would love to show you the science because I'm a huge science nerd. I was the head of the genetics team in high school. That's what I did after school for fun, is I learned about genetics. So I am obsessed with science, and there is tons of amazing science that you can find online. PubMed.gov. PubMed.gov is one. Aromatic Science is another. Johns Hopkins Medical Center is studying doTERRA's essential oils and their benefits for boosting the immune system. So there's plenty of science online. You just want to be careful that when you're researching online, that whatever information that you're gleaning is coming from a reliable source. So there are a lot of so-called experts and bloggers online talking about oils, but they don't really have the background. So you want to make sure you're getting your education from a botanist or a chemist or someone who has many years of experience with essential oils. So if you don't want to just go to doTERRA's website, because some people could see that as biased, you might want to go to Essential Oil University. That's an amazing website that's powered by Dr. Robert Pappas, P-A-P-P-S, who is the foremost expert in essential oils. So definitely do your research so you can feel confident and comfortable with how you're using your oils. But definitely as we go through the next slides, you'll see how doTERRA tests their oils so the safety and the purity and potency is verified. One of my favorite oils to use is wild orange, and it's an amazing one to energize and uplift the spirit. So if you're somebody who is not a morning person, like me, I am definitely a night owl, and you have trouble motivating in the morning, wild orange is a great one to use. You can just take a drop on your palm, just tip the bottle and let a drop fall to your palm, rub your hands together and take a nice deep breath, and it helps to uplift and energize in the morning. And the way the plant grows is very similar to how it makes us feel. So wild oranges require bright, warm, sunny climates to grow. How do you think they make us feel? Bright, warm, and sunny, usually. So, and then tree oils. So trees, they have very deep roots, go very deep into the ground, very, very stable and foundational. So when we use a tree oil like frankincense or cedar wood, it makes us feel grounded and centered, gets us out of our head and into our bodies. Okay, so there's three main reasons why people turn to essential oils. Number one is that they're natural. They're natural aromatic compounds that are extracted and distilled from plants for health benefits. So you can see this picture of a peppermint leaf, and then right next to it, it's magnified a couple hundred times. And those little egg things, those are the oil sacs. So the essential oil is on the inside of the sac. So if you were to crush a peppermint leaf between your fingertips, the oil sacs would burst open and then you'd start to smell the aroma. So they have supercharged potency. They are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So if you've ever taken herbs before, you might know that you have to take a lot of them to have an effect. And it can sometimes, make your tummy feel a little upset. It's a lot to focus on in a day because you have to be taking herbs all day long. So with essential oils, you now have supercharged potency. So 28 cups of peppermint tea has the therapeutic equivalent of 1 drop of peppermint oil. So 28 cups of peppermint tea at the local coffee shop would probably cost you somewhere around $100 if it's like $3 a cup. 1 drop of essential oil, peppermint oil, is 8 cents. So it ends up being extremely affordable because it's just pennies per dose. 1 bottle of peppermint, 1 15 milliliter bottle of peppermint oil has 250 drops. So if you're taking, say, 3 drops a day, you take 1 drop after every meal. That's only 3 drops a day, that's 90 drops a month. So that bottle would last you somewhere between 2 and 3 months. So it's not something that you go through quickly. So you can use peppermint oil to stay cool. So we're about to get into the summer months. If you're feeling overheated, you can put a little peppermint oil on the back of your neck. I would recommend diluting it with a carrier oil. My carrier oil of choice is fractionated coconut oil. It's a type of oil that's liquid at all temperatures. It's odorless, it's colorless. It's a great carrier oil because it just immediately absorbs into the skin with no oily residue. So it's my favorite one to use. It's good for people who have sensitive skin or tend to, react to nut oils or almond oil, jojoba, things like that. It's a much thinner oil. So you could dilute some peppermint, put it on the back of your neck, bottoms of your feet. It helps to stay alert. So it's another one that's great in the morning. You could even combine it with wild orange and take a nice deep breath of both of those in the morning. Helps relieve feelings of tension. So if you have tension in your head, you could rub it along your temples or the back of the neck. It's great for promoting healthy respiratory function. So if you take a deep breath of peppermint, you're going to notice everything starts to open up. Your nose opens up, your eyes might start to water a little bit. So it just brings more oxygen into the blood vessels. And it's also great for digestive health. So if you ever had peppermint tea after a meal, you can add 1 drop of peppermint to warm water. Or you could tip the bottle on and have a drop fall to the back of your hand, and you could take a little lick of the peppermint that way. And if anybody has oils at home, feel free to bust them out and start experimenting with us as we go along here. Okay, the second reason people use oils is that they're effective. So the modern approach is that man produces something, it addresses a symptom, and then the need remains because the whatever that man is creating, it's not getting to the root cause of the problem. It's just dealing with the symptoms. It's suppressing the immune system. It's suppressing the body and kind of faking it into thinking there's nothing wrong. The natural approach is that nature produces, it addresses the root cause of a problem and it meets the body's needs. So instead of just addressing a symptom, it's actually getting to the root cause. So oils contain hundreds of different compounds, providing complex and versatile abilities to combat threats without building up resistance. And this is a really important concept because the more you use essential oils, it doesn't mean you have to use more of the oil over time because your body gets used to it. you actually get to use less of the oil over time because your body starts to get back into balance. And it's not that the oils cure you or treat you of anything. The only thing that can cure you is your own body. But you use oils as a supplement to give your body the correct nutrition so it can do its own job, which is to heal itself. So you see this picture of the cell. Essential oils pass through the cell membrane, and it can deal with threats that are on the inside of the cell. So you see there's a green thread on the outside and there's a purple thread on the inside. The essential oil can get into the cell membrane. So oils work with the body to address issues and root causes on a cellular level, which is really powerful. Now, the doTERRA On Guard blend, this promotes healthy immune response. It's something that I have with me at all times in my purse, especially because I travel a lot. And I'm going to be on a lot of planes. I'm going to be on like 7 planes in 8 weeks. So I take this with me just to keep my immune system really strong. I'll either put a drop in my palm and rub it together to keep my hands purified, or I'll drop a drop of On Guard into a very small shot glass of water, and I'll shoot that back and kind of gargle with it a little bit. So if I feel a little tickle in my throat coming on, it helps to soothe the throat because it has clove oil in it, which is the strongest antioxidant on the planet. So I highly recommend having the On Guard on hand. It's also good to fight odors. It's a great way to purify the air in your home. So if you have a diffuser, or if you're on the market for a diffuser, I sometimes will keep my diffuser on when I'm not even home, just to help purify the air because, again, I live in LA, so God only knows what's floating around in that air. It protects against environmental threats. So again, a great way to purify the air and just keep everyone healthy. And you can use it to promote healthy complexion. My favorite one for that, though, is Melaleuca. So Melaleuca is tea tree oil. And tea tree oil is very astringent. It's very nice to purify the facial skin. So if you added a drop of Melaleuca to, say, a moisturizer or a serum, it's a great way to tonify and clear up the skin. So next we have safety. So doTERRA sets a new standard for purity with CPTG, and that stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And this is in response to unregulated essential oil standards that limit usage and benefits. So in the industry, in essential oils and supplements and wellness, there's no regulation. The FDA does not regulate supplements and essential oils. So, and in fact, they're not allowed to. So with doTERRA, they had to create a standard because nothing existed. And there were people putting oils on the market that said, this is 100% pure. This is 100% therapeutic grade. This is 100% organic. And then the oils would get tested and there would be like 5% organic in it. There would be preservatives, synthetics, chemicals, glyphosate, or what is the Roundup? I don't think I said that correctly. So because of that, doTERRA created a standard called CPTG. So there's different grades of essential oils. There's synthetic, which are toxic chemical fragrances. So this would be things in perfume, air fresheners, body sprays. Food grade, which is in cooking extracts and flavorings. In a lot of cases, they can be genetically modified. And then there's therapeutic grade, which have unregulated standards that lead to misleading label claims, compromised quality, and marginal health benefits. So if you were to buy essential oils at the local health food store and it said 100% organic on it, you might read on the back that it says external use or aromatic use only. It'll say do not use internally. So you have to wonder, I mean, if they're saying you can't use their lavender or their peppermint internally, why is that? That sort of makes my back hairs go up a little bit. Like, I should be able to take peppermint and lavender internally. What else is in this bottle that they're not disclosing? Because they don't have to disclose all the ingredients. Again, because it's not regulated. So CPTG is a very unique form of certification. It means that the plants are harvested in their natural habitat. They are actually beyond organic. They're verified pure, free of fillers, pesticides, and foreign contaminants, and they do stringent third-party testing of every single batch to ensure powerful benefits without harmful side effects. So it's not just doTERRA testing their oils internally and saying, oh yeah, these are awesome, we totally tested everything. They send it to a third party who has no stock in doTERRA. They don't care if doTERRA's oils are safe or not safe, but if they're not safe, doTERRA can't sell them. So they send them to a third party. It's PhD botanists and scientists and chemists, and they do a huge battery of different tests. Most companies, when they test, they'll do 1 or 2 types of tests. doTERRA does between 14 and 17 types of tests on their oils on every single batch. So you can feel really confident that if you're taking something internally, it's safe to do so, as long as you're using it in the proper amount. Okay, and so frankincense, this is liquid gold. This oil was probably my most hated oil when I first started using oils. I thought it smelled so funky, it tasted funky, and I did not want to use it. Ironically, it turned out to be the oil that I needed the most. I was going through a period of time that I felt very conflicted about where I wanted to take my career and how I wanted to live my life. I was feeling a lot of uncertainty about the next step. And so it was affecting my mood. I was pretty down. And so my mentor, her name is Robin, she recommended I start using frankincense, 1 drop under the tongue, morning and night. So I started doing that for about 3 weeks. And I noticed a huge shift in my mindset, a huge shift in my focus. And I had a bit of an epiphany that I really wanted to get back into my health counseling. So frankincense can actually pass the blood-brain barrier, and it can go into the brain and nourish the brain. So it supports healthy cellular function, which is critical. We are made up of thousands and thousands and thousands of cells. And if they aren't functioning properly, our body starts to break down. So frankincense helps to support function of our cells. It helps to boost the mood. It's great to calm stress and tension and promote feelings of relaxation. People love to use it in Shavasana because it's good for crown chakra and connection to the spirit and the divine. It's the oil of truth. It's also good to soothe cuts and bites. So frankincense is amazing for the skin, to improve the look of skin and the youth of skin. So I like to add frankincense to my moisturizer. So once you get over the initial, like, whoa, this is a crazy smell, it starts to become, at least for me, it became one of my most beloved oils, and I use it every single day. Okay, so co-impact sourcing. So we talked a little bit about this in the beginning when we were saying how doTERRA is changing the way that we farm and source essential oils. So they're really creating a revolution in agriculture. And the way they're doing this is by creating partnerships with growers all over the world. So you can see from this image that the oils are sourced everywhere. And doTERRA does not own its own farms, and this is very important. They believe that the oil should be sourced in their indigenous environment, so they're not going to force farm everything in the US. And they also believe in empowering communities that might not have the opportunity otherwise. So rather than purchasing a farm and displacing the native people in that area, they are working as partners with the native people, and they are helping to pay a fair wage. A lot of these areas, the farmers have been living in poverty for generations, or they've been working with middlemen who would steal the crops or not pay a fair wage or pay very late. So doTERRA has been able to change that. And because of that, farmers are seeking out doTERRA because they have such a good reputation in the industry of paying on time, paying a fair wage, and then on top of that, they have a humanitarian relief effort, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But it's important for the plants to be sourced indigenously because it gives the optimal yield and benefit of the oil. So we get the most powerful physical and emotional benefit. Because if you try to farm vetiver in the United States and it doesn't grow optimally there, you're going to get a subpar product. But if you go to Haiti, where it just naturally grows, you're going to have a much higher yield and a better product to be able to use for whatever it is that you're trying to improve. And vetiver is one that's great for sleep. So doTERRA will also not farm something if it doesn't meet their standards. So for about 1.5 years, they didn't have Melissa oil or Roman chamomile available because they couldn't find it anywhere that met their standard. So that's really important. They have a lot of integrity that they're not going to put anything on the market that is not up to their standards. So the Healing Hands Foundation is probably my favorite part about doTERRA. It's, the products are amazing. I love the oils. I love sharing about them. I love helping people with their health. But the fact that I get to give back to those that are suffering or don't have access to clean water or education or, don't even have access to food, we're able to help support them in so many ways through the Healing Hands Foundation. And 100% of donations go to people in need. So doTERRA covers all of the administrative costs. So every dollar that you donate actually goes to the people who need it. Many organizations or charities something like 9 or 10% goes to people in need because they have to cover all the administrative costs. So because doTERRA is a 100% debt-free company, they have the flexibility to take money and use it for the administrative costs so that all of our donations are reserved. So a couple of the primary foundations that doTERRA works with are Operation Underground Railroad, and they're dedicated to saving children from sex trafficking. This is a huge epidemic. I had no idea how insidious it was, and I appreciate doTERRA for taking on something that's such a taboo topic. They created an oil called Hope, and the Hope oil is gorgeous oil, and every dollar that you spend on the Hope oil goes to Operation Underground Railroad to help rescue these children. So you can buy that through your account. If you don't have an account yet and you would like to purchase one, just connect with me after this class and I can direct you to how to do that. If you want to learn more about the Healing Hands Foundation projects, you can go to this website. And if you just Google, and this is kind of a long URL, so if you just Google doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation, probably the first or second URL that pops up will be this one, and you can learn more about what they're doing. And if you want to get involved, there are ways to do that. Okay, so there are 3 different ways to use essential oils. First is aromatic. So aromatic means breathing it in. So you can breathe it in from your palms. You can make an instant diffuser with your palms by just placing a drop of oil in your palm and rubbing your palms together. Or you can get a diffuser. So if you have a diffuser at home, you want to make sure that it's a cool mist diffuser, that it does not dispel hot water. The heat will break down the therapeutic value of the oil. You also want to make sure you have an industrial grade diffuser so that the plastic isn't leaching into the water. And you want to make sure that it's covering a large square foot area. So some of the diffusers I've seen online, they only cover like 50 square feet, 100 square feet. The doTERRA diffusers I like because this one pictured here is the Aroma Light. It covers 500 square feet. And they have another one called the Petal diffuser that covers 330 square feet. So, you know, you could have a diffuser in your bedroom and a diffuser in your living room, and you pretty much cover your whole apartment if you live in LA or New York. I have 4 diffusers. I have one in my bathroom, one in my living room, one in my kitchen, one in my bedroom because I'm obsessed and I love it. But it helps to open airways. So if you have something going on and you're like, how do I use this oil? If you're trying to open up your respiratory system or boost your mood or purify the air, use the oil aromatically. That's the best way to do it. If, however, you're dealing with a localized issue, so you have some head tension or you have tension in your lower back or in your knees after a workout, the best way to use the oil is topically because the oil will just penetrate into that area of your body. Again, you want to dilute the oils with fractionated coconut oil before applying topically. And the bottoms of the feet is a great access point. The bottoms of the feet are a map of the entire organ system. So if you swipe the oil on the whole surface area of the bottom of your foot, within 2 minutes, essential oils will be in every single cell of your body. Pretty amazing. The last way is internal, and you only want to do this with CPTG oils. If you have any other oils at home, please, please, please do not start drinking them. It can be very toxic for your liver. So you can drop the oil in water. You can put it under the tongue, or doTERRA sells these empty veggie capsules. So if there's an oil that's too spicy, like oregano or cinnamon or lemongrass, or if you just don't love the taste of it, perhaps frankincense, you can put it in these veggie capsules and the capsules open up, you put the oil in, and then you close it back up and you can just swallow it with some water. So if you're dealing with something internally, like a tummy ache, or maybe you have a little bit of cramping going on, you can take an oil internally, and that will help to disperse the oil throughout the entire system. Okay, and essential oil safety. So you can learn more about doTERRA's safety at www.source2u.com. This is a great website to learn about the science, the farmers, and also you can take there's a number on the bottom of your essential oil bottle. It's a lot number. You can type the lot number into this website and it'll show you the testing that was done on that oil. So there's a huge level of transparency. So you can see here that doTERRA does many, many tests. They harvest the material and then they do initial testing. The oils are shipped to doTERRA. They do second level of testing, and this is where they will send it to the third party. They bottle and label it, and they do final validation before everything is sealed. So it's a very rigorous process, and they really have very strict quality assurance. I don't know details on every single one of these tests. It's something that I'm still learning about. However, you can get details on source2u.com if you're curious of like, what's chiral GC testing? But Source2u will help explain some of those things. Okay, so a continued safety. So essential oils are very safe and gentle without side effects as long as they're used as directed. So when you look at the bottle, you can pretty much tell how to use it. It'll say essential oil supplement if it's safe to take internally. If it just has ingredients listed, you can't take it internally. But it'll usually have a little sentence on there that says for aromatic or topical use only. Now, for the ones that are not labeled as safe to ingest, it doesn't mean that they're not as pure. It just means that it has an oil in there that's not generally recognized as safe to ingest. For instance, cedarwood, eucalyptus. There are certain oils that don't have enough research and testing to prove that they're safe to ingest by anyone. And then secondly, a lot of them are tree oils, and they come from the bark of trees. And you wouldn't normally chew on bark, tree bark. I mean, most people don't, maybe a dog would, but I'm not sitting around chewing on bark unless it's like a toothpick, but I'm not swallowing it. So that's why, you know, oils like cedarwood are not approved as safe to ingest. Now, frankincense comes from a tree, but it comes from the resin, not the bark of the tree, so it's different. You want to keep oils out of your eyes, ears, and nose. Dilute with coconut oil, not water. Water will actually, if you got water in your eye, if you got essential oils in your eyes and you used water, it would actually exacerbate the sensation. So you want to get the coconut oil to neutralize. Do not ever drink your oils out of plastic. Always use glass or ceramic. You can also use stainless steel, but I find that the stainless steel makes the water taste a little funky. So I prefer glass or ceramic, so like a ceramic mug. And then start slowly. So, you know, I use between 25 and 30 essential oil products a day. And then, again, that includes shampoo and conditioner. I use the doTERRA laundry detergent, toothpaste, face wash, all of those things. But then on top of that, I'm using essential oils also. So as you're integrating these into your lifestyle, I wouldn't necessarily say to do everything all at once, because you need to start slowly. The essential oils are extremely detoxifying. So if you do too much at one time, you might end up detoxing too quickly, and then it can be a little unpleasant. It's a term called herxing, H-E-R-X, and it just means that if bacteria or parasites or things die too fast, you end up getting headaches or nausea or just unpleasant side effects. So essential oils, again, are very detoxing. So you just want to start incorporating them slowly. And when you work with me, if you decide that you want to get started with oils and you want to work with me, I help you create a plan of how to integrate these at the best pace for you. And there's in the resources that I mentioned in those books, it'll tell you how to use oils. It'll tell you whether you can use a particular oil aromatically or topically or internally. So there's a couple of different ways that you can stay on top of the safety. If anybody has babies or children, or you know somebody who does, feel free to take a picture of this slide. You could also Google it, doTERRA Quick Dilution Guide. But for babies and children, it's safe to use doTERRA, but you have to dilute them by a lot. So you can see for a 10 milliliter bottle for a newborn baby, you only need 1 drop of essential oil. That's how powerful it is. There are 40 million trillion molecules in 1 drop of essential oil. So again, a powerful stuff for a tiny person. You really don't need a lot. And then they have recommended ideal amounts. So feel free to take a picture of this again, or you can Google this, recommended ideal amounts doTERRA, and it'll pop up as an image. So, you know, some people wonder like, ooh, can I overdo it? In a 24-hour period internally, you don't want to take more than 24 drops. So that's like a drop an hour. It's very rare for somebody to take that many oils. So you're pretty good to go if you're following the instructions on the bottle, and we work together and we create a plan for you. You'll never be taking more than 12 to 24 drops in a 24-hour period. Okay, so what are some of the other top oils to start with? Because we talked about frankincense, we talked about melaleuca, we talked about On Guard, we talked about peppermint. We have lemon. So lemon oil is one of my favorites to start the day with because it naturally cleanses the body. So I add a drop of lemon oil to some warm water, and I drink that about 30 minutes before I eat anything. It's a great way to get the digestive system rocking and rolling and have a bowel movement and clean out the body before you add in more food. It's also a great way to clean surfaces. So you can add it to DIY cleaning products. It's also great to support healthy respiratory function. So in combination with peppermint and lavender, those 3 oils, lemon, peppermint, and lavender, is a nice little respiratory balm. And you can add a drop or 2 of each to a diffuser, or you can add a drop of each to a shot glass. So if you're in a house that has a cat and you don't do well around cats, you can take a lemon, lavender, and peppermint balm and drink that. So I am allergic to cats. I have a cat. I'm a little crazy like that. And I've gotten used to my cat, but if I go to somebody else's house, I sometimes have a reaction. So the lemon, lavender, and peppermint works really well. Okay, so we have lemon, and then we have DigestZen. This is great for people who need support with their digestive system. So it helps maintain a healthy gastrointestinal tract. It reduces bloating, gas, and occasional indigestion, and helps ease feelings of queasiness. So if you are driving in a car or an airplane and you tend to get a little queasy, you can either smell the DigestZen or you can take a little lick of it. So again, you could tip the bottle over and let a drop fall to the back of your hand and take a lick. The reason that I do the back of the hand is so you don't accidentally get it on your fingertips and then rub your eyes, because it's not pleasant. But this is a great oil to take after a meal. It's got peppermint in it. It also has ginger and fennel. So it's a wonderful oil to help support as you're digesting your food. Usually within 10 to 15 minutes of taking this oil, I noticed a huge amount of relief in my system. So I love this one. You can also dilute it with coconut oil and rub it on the abdomen. And then if you really don't love the taste, because it is a little licoricey, and some people are very particular about that. So if you don't want to taste it, but you want the therapeutic benefit, they make it in these soft gels. So that it's pre-made. All you have to do is pop it with some water, and you're good to go. Breathe oil. This is a blend that is designed specifically for respiratory support. So we talked about lemon, lavender, and peppermint in the diffuser. You can also just use the Breathe oil and put a couple of drops of that in the diffuser, and it helps minimize seasonal threats and maintains feelings of easy breathing and clear airways. This is one that you cannot take internally because it does have some tree oil in it that is not safe to ingest. So when you look at the back of the Breathe bottle, you'll see there's only ingredients and not supplement facts. But I love putting a couple of drops of these in the shower and steam it in the shower, and it's very opening and uplifting. Okay, we talked about On Guard, but you can see that they have a number of other On Guard products, just because everybody needs immune support these days, especially with all of the crazy things that are happening with, superbugs and whatnot. So we want to keep our immune system strong. So they have a toothpaste. It's a natural whitening toothpaste that I'm obsessed with. They have these On Guard soft gels. So the On Guard in the bottle is a blend on its own. And in the soft gels, they add in the On Guard blend plus oregano, black pepper, and melissa. So it's like a superpower soft gel for immune support. It's not something you would take every day. You'd only want to take it up to 10 days in a row. But it's really good if you're feeling like you need a lot of extra support with your immune system. They have hand wash, they have laundry detergent, they have a cleaning concentrate that's with the On Guard blend. And so for me, I just stopped buying this type of stuff at the health food store, and I just transferred it all to my doTERRA order. So I get it shipped to my house, I get rewards back. I know they're high quality essential oils. I don't have to worry about synthetics. And so that has been a way for me to not be spending more on my products. I just transferred my budget. Deep Blue. So this is beloved by many. For people who sometimes are not open to essential oils, they get into it because of this Deep Blue rub. It's great to apply pre and post workout. Now the essential oil, it comes in a 10 milliliter bottle and also a 5 milliliter bottle. If you use it directly on the skin, you might want to dilute it with coconut oil. Just because it can be a little bit spicy. It's almost like an icy hot, and some people are sensitive to it. So you really don't need a lot of the rub. Only a teeny tiny little fingertip amount of the rub will go a long way. You can apply it on the lower back after a heavy day of lifting at work, or if you go to the gym, you can use it before or after. I use it on my abdomen when I have my menstrual cycle. It helps a lot with soothing my abdomen and my stomach. And then this polyphenol complex is great for internal use. So you can't take the Deep Blue internally. but they've formulated a supplement where you can take it internally. And the main active ingredient in the Deep Blue is frankincense extract. So I loved trying the Deep Blue. Also around my menstrual cycle, it helps a lot with managing discomfort. Okay, so this is a favorite product for healthy weight. It's called Slim and Sassy. It promotes healthy metabolism. It's got grapefruit oil in it. So you've heard of the grapefruit diet. So instead of eating like 100 grapefruits in a week, you can use some Slim and Sassy oil, and I love adding it to my smoothies in the morning. I add like 3 or 4 drops to my smoothies, and it just gives it a little extra burst of flavor, and I find that I manage my hunger longer. So it's also good if you get a sugar craving. You could drink a little Slim and Sassy in a glass of water, and that helps to manage that as well. AromaTouch, this is the massage blend. I actually bring this now to my massage appointments, and I ask them to use this instead of whatever other thing they're using. So it's good for comforting and relaxing, enhances massage, promotes feelings of tension and promotes feelings of relaxation and lessens tension. It's got basil oil in it. So it's also good for people who are waking up in the middle of the night suddenly, or who have some trouble falling asleep, because basil supports the adrenal glands. So you can use the AromaTouch over your adrenal glands, which are right on top of your kidneys and right below your lowest rib. So you can massage the AromaTouch into that area of your body before you sleep, maybe like 15, 20 minutes before you go to bed, and it'll help to renew and calm the adrenal glands. Serenity, this blend is great for sleep. This was actually the blend that made me jump into doTERRA whole hog. So I was a little bit on the fence about whether I wanted to share the oils with others. I was using them just as a customer for about 8 months. And I was going through a period of time where I needed a lot of support with my sleep, and nothing I tried naturally worked. I tried pretty much everything I could find, naturally, over the counter. I mean, everything I tried, and nothing worked. And I went to the doTERRA convention because the person who introduced me to doTERRA basically forced me to. She's a lovely woman, but she was very adamant about me checking this out with her, because she really felt like I would be into it and I could incorporate it into my health counseling practice. But it turned out that the date of the convention was the last day of a 7-day stint of me having a very difficult time with my sleep, and I was at my wit's end. Thank God I went to this convention, because I got there, and of course all the crazy oil ladies were like, try this blend and try this and do this. And so I settled on a blend of Serenity, Balance, and Vetiver. Serenity, Balance, and Vetiver. I put that in the diffuser. I put it on my chest. And for the first time in at least 2 years, I fell asleep within 15 minutes. And I slept soundly, and I woke up rested. And I started doing that protocol every day. And for the next 3 months, I slept like a baby. And then one night I forgot to diffuse, and I slept like a baby, and I realized my body had gotten back into balance. And so I found that I didn't need to diffuse as much anymore. So Serenity promotes relaxation, creates restful sleeping environment. It calms tension and emotions. So it's a really lovely oil. It's got lavender in it. So we all know lavender is very calming. It's great for sleep. It's got some other oils in this blend too. So love the Serenity. Okay, now doTERRA is an essential oil company, but they do have some really powerful supplements. I take this Terrazyme digestive enzyme every day. It supports healthy enzyme production for a normal digestive process, promotes nutrient absorption, and it helps to convert food nutrients into cellular energy. So if you're feeling sleepy during the day, if you add in a digestive enzyme, it'll help to create more energy, because it's going to break down the carbohydrates, fats, and proteins in your food better and allow your body to absorb it better. So I take this every day. And I also take this Lifelong Vitality Pack every day. It's doTERRA's #1 selling product, which is pretty shocking since it's an essential oil company. But there are a couple of differentiators, and it's one of the reasons why I trust these supplements, and I think they're so much more effective than any other supplement I've ever tried, because for many years I didn't recommend supplements to my clients because they never worked. I felt like I was just peeing out really expensive chemicals. So doTERRA's supplements come from food. It's all food-based. The Alpha CRS Plus is an antioxidant. It has turmeric in it. It has milk thistle, things that help support the liver. So they're adaptogenic herbs that create cellular energy. Then there's an omega, and this is the 369 fatty acid, and it has 9 essential oils in it. So you remember that the essential oils can penetrate the cell membrane, and as they do that, they help push the nutrition of the supplements into the cell. And then one of the 9 essential oils is frankincense. So you're getting frankincense in your body every day by taking the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And then the Microplex MVP is a whole food vitamin and mineral, and it's just the right ratio of vitamins and minerals that you need in a day. doTERRA does not overdose you like a lot of supplement companies do, because unfortunately there was a trend that more is better. But all these studies have come out to show that more is actually really toxic to the liver. So you have to be careful about the ratio. So I take these every day. This is a 30-day supply. They do give you a money-back guarantee. So if you wanted to try them, you could use up every single pill in the bottle. And if you don't feel like your life has completely changed in 30 days, you can get your money back. So it's a total win-win. Everyone that I work with, I recommend trying these out for 30 days and adding in the Terrazyme digestive enzyme. And then they have a probiotic called PB Assist. That combo is like foundational nutrition. And they have a vegan formula also that is now available if you are a vegan. Okay, so we covered a lot. Hopefully you got to copy down some really good notes, and feel free to download that handout after, or if you've downloaded it already now or after this class is over. Most of what I covered is going to be in that handout. Now, what's the safest, most cost-effective way to get the essential oils into your home? So some of you already have them, but if you do not, I'm going to share with you the 2 best ways to do it. Let me just check to see if there's any questions first. Okay, no questions yet. All right. If you do have questions that come up, we're going to start answering them. So feel free to type them in the chat box. Okay, so the safest way to get the oils. Here we go. All right, so to get them into your home, you have 2 options. You can buy them at retail. And if you want to buy them at retail, you would just talk to the person who invited you to this webinar, and you can order your oils through them at retail. Now, if you just want to try 1 or 2 oils, this is a good option because there's no obligation and you can test them out to see if you like them and you want to make a deeper investment. Personally, I think if you really want to commit to essential oil therapy and you're ready to make major changes in your life, the wholesale account is the best option because you're going to save money. You get a 25% discount below retail, and you get a free membership if you start with a starter kit. Now, the membership with doTERRA kind of is like Costco or Sam's Club, where you pay a membership fee, and with doTERRA, it's only $35. So you could pay $35 and choose oils individually, or you can get that membership for free if you start with a starter kit. Now, the first year of membership is $35 or free with a kit, and then it renews annually for only $25. So if from a year from now, you're still ordering oils and you love the products and you want to keep your membership active, on your anniversary date, they'll charge you $25 on whenever you place an order, but they'll send you a free 15 milliliter bottle of peppermint oil, which is $20.50 wholesale. So it's only like you're spending $4.50 on your membership. So it's really generous. Let's see, I think we had a question. Let me just check. Okay, great. Okay, so those are the 2 main ways to get your oils. It's the safest way to get them. You want to make sure that when you're getting your oils, you're going through a wellness advocate who is going to put your initial order in online, and that the oils ship directly from doTERRA's warehouse to your home. You do not want to purchase the oils through third-party sites. It is very dangerous to do that. If you do a Google search for doTERRA, you might see oils on all sorts of different sites. And you have to be very careful because there's not a lot of regulation on those sites. So people can be tampering with oils and selling fake oils. So you just want to make sure that you're getting your oils directly from doTERRA. And some of those sites will make it look like it's coming from doTERRA, but it's not. So just talk to the person who invited you to this to figure out the best way or the best fit for you of how to purchase your oils. Now, wholesale, you only have to buy 1 item per year to keep your account active. So there's no monthly requirements. There's no requirement to sell the product. You can just simply be a customer. So what my mom chose, she just wanted to be a customer and get the products at a discount. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the kits. There's a range of kits. This is the Big Mama kit. It's the Diamond kit, but they have a range of kits for any budget. So the Diamond kit is really a way to overhaul your home and your wellness lifestyle. It has the biggest value. This is the right kit for somebody who wants to be sure that they're not missing out on anything. So it's a $2,500 investment, but you get pretty much every product that doTERRA offers. So you can see they have spa products, mud masks, lozenges, shampoo and conditioner, diffusers, hand soap, toothpaste, oils. I mean, they pretty much have everything you could possibly need. So again, I just buy everything through doTERRA now instead of the health food store. You save the most money with this kit too, because they actually discount the kits below wholesale. So you save almost $800 below wholesale by buying this kit. You get $400 worth of product credits back in your second month. And there's a loyalty program where most people start off at 10% back in rewards, but you would start off at 25% back with this kit. So if you want to be a customer and, you know, overhaul your lifestyle, or if you think that you might want to explore income opportunities with doTERRA, this is a great kit because you're going to have everything you need. Every oil kit is every oil. So you'd have every oil to create any recipe or any protocol that you might find online or in the books that I use. So you save about $311, you get $200 worth of product credits back, and you start off at 20% on the program. Natural Solutions Kit is a favorite. A lot of people love this kit because it's a great mix of products and oils. So you get some of the top oils that we talked about, including frankincense, peppermint, lemon, lavender, breathe. You get serenity, wild orange. You get some of the other products like shampoo and conditioner, fractionated coconut oil. You get an 8-hour diffuser, the supplements. So really it gives you a great array of products to try. So this one is $550, and you're saving $220 below wholesale by buying all of these items in the kit. You get $100 worth of free product credits back, and you start off at 15% on the program. Cleanse and Restore Kit includes everything you need for a 30-day cleanse. So when you looked at the pyramid, you felt like you needed to reduce toxic load, this is the perfect kit to start with because you're going to have everything you need for 30 days. And the person who invited you to this class will have a protocol that you can follow so you know exactly what you need to do every day of the cleanse. Emotional Aromatherapy Kit has 6 oils that are for aromatic or topical use only, plus a 4-hour diffuser. And this is great if you're really focused on emotional aromatherapy. And so you can't take any of these internally. If you wanted oils to be able to take internally, then there might be a different kit that's a better fit for you. But a lot of people love this when they're just looking for emotional support to start with. Home Essentials Kit and the Family Essentials Kit are starter kits. They're sampler kits. The Home Essentials Kit has the same exact oils as the Family Essentials Kit. The size of the bottles is what is the difference. So the Home Essentials has 3 times larger bottles. So they're 15 milliliter, whereas Family Essentials is 5 milliliter. And the Home Essentials Kit comes with a diffuser. So it's a better value if you're really ready to commit and dive in. But if you want to try oils first before you take the next step, then the Family Essentials Kit is a good way to start. And then finally, they have the AromaTouch Diffused Kit, which has 8 oils and a 4-hour pedal diffuser, plus it comes with a coconut oil. So there's great oils in here for sleep, for managing physical discomfort, and for boosting the immune system. I think we had a question. Let me just see. Okay, great. Thanks, Susan. Okay, so those are all the pre-packaged kits that get you a free membership. Again, you could pay the $35 and choose oils a la carte. I would recommend connecting with the person who invited you here to figure out the best way for you to get started based on your needs and your health goals and whatever it is that you're looking to spend. Okay, now the smartest way to buy the oils is called the Loyalty Rewards Program. So like I mentioned, with a membership, you only need to buy 1 item per year to keep your account active. However, there's an optional frequent flyer program, and it's called the Loyalty Rewards. And you can opt into this for free, and it gives you extra benefits. So you could either just buy, items whenever you want throughout the year and place standard orders with your membership, or you can opt into this program. And if you spend about 50 PV, which is product value, and that's about $50 a month, you'll earn product credits back on your purchases. And you can change your orders, you can cancel them anytime, there's no cancellation fees. And your percentage of free products increases by 5% every 3 months. So with your wholesale account membership, you're getting a 25% discount on retail. And then on top of that, you can earn up to 30% back in product credits, which would give you a total of 55% off retail after a year of ordering. So if you can really dedicate yourself and commit to using essential oils for the next year, you're going to save a huge amount of money on your oils at that point. So in your first couple of months, depending on which kit you start with, you start off at 10%, or if you get one of the kits that starts you off at a higher percentage, it just means that you're going to get to 30% faster. But the first 3 months, you earn 10%. Starting in month 4, you earn 15%, and then it bumps up every 3 months until after a year, you start earning 30% back. And then you max out at 30%, and everything in the future, you earn 30% back. They also have something called the Free Oil of the Month Club with this program. So if there's certain months where you place a larger order, and it's about $125, and you ship it before the 15th, they'll automatically include the free product of the month, which is pretty generous. Okay, and again, this is optional, and there's no amount you have to order. If you just get one item in a given month, say you spend 10 bucks on a lemon oil, you will get your shipping reimbursed in free product credits, which is really important. So you pay the shipping fees up front, but then you get it returned to you in points. So if you spend $3.99 on shipping, you'll get $4 worth of points back in the next month. But if you do $50 or more, then you also get a percentage back of your purchase in addition to the shipping points. So it's an awesome program. I get hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of free stuff every year, and actually every month. Okay, so when you get started with doTERRA, I find there's 3 ways that people want to get involved. They either just want to live the doTERRA lifestyle, they want to use the products in their home for their loved ones, and that's all. They just want to be a customer. So if that's you, you'd be living the doTERRA lifestyle. A lot of times people start using the products and they fall in love with them, and they just start naturally telling everyone about them. They tell their mom and their coworkers and the people at the yoga studio. And so if you find that you just start naturally sharing and you want to earn some free products, or even a way for you to pay yourself back for your orders, there's a way for you to share doTERRA and do it casually and get some extra bonuses. So if you might want to host a class at your home or your yoga studio or wherever it might be, the person who invited you here could teach the class for you and then offer you some freebies. So it's a fun way to get free oils and try new things. And then some of you might be listening to this class thinking like, oh my gosh, I could do this. I want to share this with people. People need to know about this. And maybe you want to create supplemental income, or you want to replace your income entirely and leave your job. You might want to build a business. And this is an optional part of having a membership with doTERRA. So if you want to explore it and you're curious, again, talk to the person who invited you to this webinar so they can give you more details. Now, if you do host a class, like I mentioned, you'll get some free products. So if you know anyone who would like to learn about these solutions, maybe jot down a couple of names and talk to the person who invited you. If you book a class, you can get a keychain. So if you book a class, you can get this cute little keychain that carries 8 of your favorite, you can carry 8 of your favorite mini oils in there. And then what happens if 5 or more people attend your class, we will fill up the bottles with those 8 oils. And so usually it's the top 8 emergency oils that we fill up. So it's a cool way to have a little travel kit in your purse or your bag. Okay, so if you're ready to get started and you'd like to work with me, the benefits are that you get 90 days of free oils coaching with a certified holistic health counselor that has over 10 years of experience and 3 years of doTERRA experience. You get access to a whole community of practitioners and doctors and leaders who want to help you. We want to empower you. You'll get free oils, gifts, educational materials, and resources upon getting started with your oils. You get included into a 2-week online oil camp where you can win free oils. This is optional, but a lot of people like to do it because you learn so much in that 2 weeks and you can win really cool oils. And then you get ongoing mentorship and guidance to make sure you get the most out of your experience. So if you want to get started, whether you know how you want to get started or not, you just know you want to get started, email me at amanda@realurbanwellness.com and just put "I'm ready" in the subject line. And if you need help figuring out the best way to get started, whether it's single oils or a kit, we can get on the phone and do a quick 30-minute free coaching session, and I'll help you figure out the best way to get started. And you might decide that you just want to try one oil first, or you might be ready to dive in and get a kit and really commit. So once you get your membership, you'll get free coaching with me, and we'll do 3 sessions over the next 90 days completely for free, so that I educate you on how to use your oils, and we create a long-term plan of how to integrate them into your lifestyle so you feel really confident that you can make major life changes in your health, both physically and emotionally, and even spiritually and financially if you decide that you want to explore the business. So I want to thank you so much for being here. I want to wrap up just because I want to be conscious of people's time. If there are any final questions, feel free to type them into the chat box. Happy to answer anything lingering, or if you want to email me privately, you have something personal that you want to share and you don't want to share it in the chat box, please feel free to access me anytime, Amanda@realurbanwellness.com. And I'm happy to stay in touch with you. This is recorded, so if you would like to share this with anyone in your life that you feel would benefit from this knowledge, please feel free to send it to them. I'm going to post this on my Facebook page, so if we're not Facebook friends, feel free to friend me, Amanda Broomell. It's Broomell. Friend me on Facebook, and you'll be able to access this webinar. So last call for questions. Any other questions? I hope this was helpful. I'm happy to receive any feedback. If you have something you loved, something you wanted to hear more about, again, feel free to email me or friend me on Facebook and send me a Facebook message. Happy to keep the conversation going. So thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, or I think it's afternoon for everybody by now. And I appreciate you all being here. So take care, everybody. Be well.